Today is the 12th of December, 2023. The time is 7:34 a.m. And I am making this video because of the reason I always do. Being attacked with this energy or something was coming out from under this house. I made a video earlier, but I forgot to cut no, I didn't forget to cut it. I did cut it on. I just didn't take, well, it's not on there now, so I don't know how it got cut off. My CD, because if it don't play while I'm asleep, those signals they sitting in this house will cause those technology that's in my head to sound. And the sound of the technology I read, it will cause the brain to shrink. That's what's wrong with my sister. She had brain shrinkage. And they're diagnosing her with Alzheimer's. But the doctor, he dead now. So, there's nothing you can do against him because the devil is taking care of him. But he was getting paid making money off of her, knowing that this was being done to her. Doctors, they know what's being done. They know that these are attacks against citizens of the United States of America because some evil, low-down, wicked person placed our names on a blackball list saying we are terrorists, and we are not terrorists. Our government is. People of our government are the domestic terrorists. The alphabet organizations, the FBI, the CIA, the DOD, the DOJ, military, FEMA, Homeland Security, people within the organizations. I can't say the whole entire organization. I do know people within these organizations, the sheriff department, the city cops, people in the school system, social services, social security, are in this organization. And so you have people like the sheriff department and the military and the city cops. They go into the communities, wherever community we move in, or anybody that's being targeted. Any community we go in, they go in. They hold these community watch meetings and defame my name. They tell these people that we are drug dealers, and we are terrorists, and we are prostitutes, and we this and we that, and we none of it. Some people are child molesters, and I'm wondering if that's what they try to say about me, because they sent a little girl, not at this house, but the house we moved from before we moved here. Sent this little girl to our back door. And I did have video of it, but some kind of way it disappeared. Somebody deleted stuff off my computer. But it was a little girl. She looked like she might be 3. And she had a dog with her, but it was a tall person. I couldn't figure out if it was a man or a woman. But I didn't answer the door because when the person sent the child to the door, they hid. And see, I was standing in the kitchen window looking. And the child started walking towards the house, and she stopped. And she looked back, and they told her to go ahead. And because they had knocked the fence down. There was a fence. And the woman ran over the fence. So you could see in the backyard of the two houses. And so she started walking and she knocked on the back door and I didn't answer. So she walked back to where the person was that told her to come over. And the Smith man that was always bothering me, he walked up to the child. I don't know what they said, but the child never did come back. But I always wondered why they were sending this child to the house in the first place, because I wasn't going to answer the door. And then after that, a mother sent her teenage son, looked like a teenager, he might have been 12 or 13, to the front door. I didn't answer that. I didn't answer then. But I'm trying to figure out why are they sending these children to knock on the door? Because I'm not no child molester. Ain't nothing a child could do for me. And ain't nothing I could do for a child but to help them. So I don't know what they trying to dang on say. But this the kind of evil, the kind of wicked stuff that not just the sheriff department, the government, because they all the organizations, the SES is the head of, they scandalizing all our name to make people want to hurt us. Anything that they can say, they saying it. And then you got people want to make money off of destroying our life, off of lies. But the thing is, they want to kill all of us because they got energy coming out from under the ground. It's attacking everybody. They have a pipe. They ran pipes under this house before we moved in it. That's what they're attacking me with. It got me gaining all this weight. Every single night, they blowing me up with this, whatever, this hot. It's hot. Whatever it is, it's hot. And it's burning me on the inside of my body. I do have videos of where these people came and went to these people across the streets, went to their houses, and started these people to gang stalking. So they patrol every day. We've been here 2 years. They've been patrolling for 2 years, but they've been attacking me for 2 years in this house. The house we moved from, we were there 4 years, so they was attacking us for 4 years at their house. And see, my sister, she can't get up. She can't feed herself. She can't go to the bathroom. She used the bathroom. I have to wash her every day. I have to clean poop off of her every day. Every day. But when we moved in this house, she could walk. After we got in this house, because this energy is coming, they made it more worse than it was the last time. The last time when they had a woman that knocked a fence down. I got all this stuff on video. I got pictures of it. I might have it on video. But anyway, the lady was in a silver car. She lived on the street behind us, not beside us. But she was beside us and ran into the fence and knocked the fence down that goes to 4 houses really. Because the house that's beside us, it was down too. And so the fence that was behind us was a 2-way fence. It was 2 fences for their yard and our yard. He built it back up for 1 way, just a 1 fence, and he put electrical lights on it. But he connected the electrical lights to the underground on our side. I could prove everything I'm saying. And after that, that's when the energy started coming up in our yard. But I think it might have been coming in all of our yard. But they probably don't. They just doing what was told them to do. And all kind of strange things started happening that was coming out from under the ground. And then that fake son was shining on us and attacking us while we in the house. We would be rubbing our arms because you could feel it while we in the house, me and my sister. You could smell the shingles on top of the house. That's how hot it was, but it's not the real sun. Because I saw it stop shining. It malfunctioned. But I knew before that it wasn't the real sun because sometimes it be shaped like an eye. I know the sun is not going to be shaped like an eye. And the way it did every day for 4 years, it did that. Now, when we lived on Archer Drive, I don't know. There was people out there doing things to us. It was more like they were bullying. But we weren't being hit with this energy coming out from under the ground. But every night around 3 o'clock, something would hit me in my stomach. I would hear a loud noise. But out there, I saw a flying saucer. But I seen flying saucers before that night. I saw flying saucers before we ever moved to Fayetteville. There was a whole sky full of them. But that night, there was just one. And it came down out of the sky. All I saw was bright lights at first. I saw bright lights, and I just stood there looking. Then once it got down just above the houses, it cut the lights off, and it was a flying saucer. Silver, round, a huge flying saucer. I'm hearing something. It's not the dog. He's laying there on his bed. But it was huge, like a car. And it just sat there. It didn't make, I couldn't hear no type of noise. And it just sat there. And I just stood there looking at it. I don't know how much time went by. But it just slowly started going down. Back out of the neighborhood. Where it went, I don't know. But I just wondered, is there an underground base or something out here in that area for it to come down out of the sky? But I seen another one at the house that we moved from, that we stayed there 4 years. I don't think those people are human. I really don't think no. That's why they was attacking so bad. Because I hope I got evidence of it, because I would get it in that window where they were shooting me from. I know I got the video of that, but then you can see the fire coming from the weapon, and you can see the balls coming across the fence. But every single night around maybe 7:30, my lights would come on in the yard. I had those lights that you put in the sun, or till they mess with my brain. And they're gonna try to say I got Alzheimer's, but that's a lie from hell, straight from hell, because my brain is being attacked just like my sister. Energy bees on all the furniture. You can see it. It's on everything in here. I'm actually submerged in this energy, like I'm underwater, but I'm under energy. So when I wake up, especially even if this thing is on, my head is on the chair because I don't sleep in the flat. I don't sleep flat because it just engulfed me, which they engulfed me anyway. But I just feel like they do something bad to me if I'm laying flat. Because when we first moved here, that's what I did. And that man across the street, son, was attacking me with his car. His headlight cars was red. Because I woke up in pain. I was in pure pain. And I woke up and I looked out the window. What kind of car is that? And I looked out the window and he was just sitting there with the red light shining over. He was right at the edge of the driveway. And I didn't have, our cameras wasn't up then. And my phone wasn't in here. It was in the living room. But I had the curtains open so I was looking out. And he saw me. So when he saw me, he biked up. And then he biked all the way back up to that fence, back to closer to the house, and he cut the lights off. So I went and got my phone so I could record it with my phone. By that time, his daddy was there. He was standing out of the car with a handheld light, still facing this house, but he was facing the car. At the time, I didn't know who it was. I thought it was military because of the red lights and stuff and the pain it was causing me. So it was some time later that I realized it was them because they was over there together again. The old man started attacking me. He would come over there. He said he lived with his daughter, but I think he was staying there until we moved here. And no people went over there because he was over there when they went over there. So he was over there that night that they went over there. I got it on video or pictures. Yeah, I got it on video on my phone. And it was 3 trucks and a woman. The woman had a black car that was parked on the other side when the 3 trucks were parked in front of the house. I mean, they were parking in front of the house and treat me just like I'm a terrorist. If I was a terrorist, I'd have killed them. Terrorists these people don't play. They only play with their own lives. So they weren't doing nothing but bullying old women. I'm 65, my sister's 69. Bullying old women. That's all they were doing. That's about all men is getting where they worth anyway. To bully old women. To kill women. There's so many black women missing. And I had this woman tell me that she searched it, talking about some of them been found. No, they're not. Not these women. It been found. But see, she don't care because she ain't black. She white. I'm black. And it's my people that's being murdered, missing. Our black children being missing. And ain't nobody seem to care about it because it's coming from the head. Because these people ain't human. Why would our government want to put out stuff that is not good for humans when they supposed to be human? If they human, they breathing in the same air that we breathe. Why would they want to do something that's going to hurt them too? They out here walking around in the same air that we walking around in. This is the atmosphere that's making people sick. And they trying to say it's the C-19, but it's not what's killing people. It's our atmosphere. Because they're putting all these frequencies and putting all this matter, putting all this stuff that's not good for us, and we breathing this stuff in. If you have a problem with asthma, or any type of problems in your body, they're going to say that that's what it is. When it's just nothing but the atmosphere. Because you got these idiots riding around with this stuff in their cars with their lights on, and it's releasing in the air. You got people that sit in front of your house with this, releasing this stuff in the atmosphere, and they're just filling the whole neighborhood up with this stuff because they got it in their cars, coming out through the lights. They got it on their porches, coming out through the light, because they're rewiring the porch lights and stuff, the street lights, to release direct energy. You can't see this stuff in the daytime, but you can see it at night. If you got a security system, you can see this stuff at night because it's just sitting out there. The whole neighborhood, and it's coming up from under the ground, coming down from the sky, and it's meeting just like the Noah flood. Just like the Noah flood, because they're mimicking the things of the Bible, the things of God. Because that's what the devil do. That's all he can do is mimic. They don't care who they use. They'll use people in a wheelchair. They'll use people on crutches. They'll use little children. And that's who they'll attack. The same people that they'll use, they will attack. They'll attack children. They will attack people in wheelchair. They'll attack people that's mentally disabled. They don't care. Because they're demonic shapeshifters, reptilians. And people, you try to tell people that, they don't be wanting to hear it. Because they so busy trying to make money off of their video. YouTube, I'm telling you, these people are... Start looking at Dr. Oz. Not Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil. He not even trying to hide his reptilian eyes anymore. Even his wife. I looked there. I don't even like Dr. Phil, but I sat and watched Dr. Phil 2 times. I can't stand that man. I don't like him. But even his wife's eyes, because I don't know what they're doing with the real people. But the one that we looking at on TV is not them. They're not them. I see Maury Povich eyes change. I see Dr. Oz eyes change. I seen some other people. I've seen people eyes where they got like snake eyes. They so much wrong out here. So much. And I woke up this morning in so much pain. So much pain. Right now I'm hearing that sound, that sizzling sound in my head. Because I fell asleep and my head just dry. Now when I went to sleep, I had a, where thing at? I had my toe box on. This what I went to sleep like this here. Because I was in the living room first, but I kept feeling the energy coming out from under the chair. So I came in here and I stayed in here a long time without feeling that energy that I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Or they put me to sleep. I don't even say I fall asleep anymore. They put me to sleep. Because they be attacking my head. And when I woke up, what time was it when I woke up? It's on the video. When I woke up, woke up with this stuff coming in my body. But I didn't even leave out because I know if I leave out, it's going wherever I go. It's going there too, and just attack me somewhere else. So I just stayed in here. But I woke up again, and it just steady swelling my stomach, just steady swelling my stomach. But I can't figure why are they swelling my stomach so bad. This is what they doing to me, and I don't know what is the purpose of putting all this weight on me. I have to take stuff to detox me, but my stomach don't go all over. This glass is not air. This is something else that they're putting in me. Because when I detox, and when I detox, if it's air, it should come out, and my stomach should go back in, get flattened, but it don't. Because it's something, whatever this stuff they putting in me, I think once it get in my body, it turns to something that swells me up because it's all in my face. It's all in my head. I can feel it in my head. So it's probably covering my brain. I can feel it in my whole body. It's like they filling me up, even in my feet. I woke up one morning and I was getting up and I put my feet down on the ground. And it was like I was putting my foot on some type of cushion inside my skin. I could feel it in the heel of my foot. So I don't know what they doing to me, what this stuff is that they putting inside of me. They're just swelling me up. And I told my sister lawyer that's got her accountant that's over her finances. I wrote him an email three times to tell him that something real bad is going on in this house. He won't address me. I don't know what him and my daughter talked about in the meeting. He had a meeting with my daughter last month, October, November. She haven't really told me what they talked about. I'm really worried about I think they got her under mind control. Because these people can hack our brains. They had me under mind control. I didn't realize it until I realized this is not me. It's not me. And I did. I'm not ashamed of it. This girl told me to make a aluminum foil hat, wrap it about 16 times, and I did it. And that's how I went to sleep, because they're doing stuff to us while we sleep. They're not just attacking us and raping us and sodomizing us with this hot energy, because that's how they're going in our bodies through our private areas. Women is going through our vaginas and our rectums. Men is going in through their rectum. But they're filling us up with something. What? I don't know. But it's soft. Whatever it is, it's soft. Sometime in the mornings, I get something. I gargle my throat with Listerine. And when I spit it out, there are particles in it. I don't know what it is, but I did take pictures of it. I think it's coming from all that vibration, because they use our spine as a antenna to get up to our brain. They use our hair. That's why my hair be so dry. They just take all the moisture out of your hair. I'm thinking about cutting it again. I don't know. A nail right there. But it's grown, but I've been cut. I used to keep it just cut, but it's just dry. They take all the moisture out. Now, right in here, I can feel just a little bit of moisture. Just a little bit, but not much. It's just dry. It's not as dry as it has been because they have dried my hair out so much using my hair to get into my brain. And they use the spine. And when they use our spine like that, it's messing up our spine. You start having your spine to be like an old person's spine. They uses the parts. That's why I know witchcraft is involved in this stuff. Because they use the parts of the body that witches use. And it is witchcraft. It's a lot of witchcraft involved in the demonic alchemy because they want to make themselves gods. Root work, they sent root workers after me. But they laying roots. This was at my house. Because there's not a fence around my house. And every time I would cut my grass, rake my yard, and get up the leaves, one of the maintenance people, because it was his niece that lived beside me, it would have her husband, they'd be up in my ceiling because my place is a duplex. Somehow they learned that you can go from their side of the duplex to my side. So him and his friends would be up in my ceiling over my head. So I had to get someone to put some ledges on my crawl space because the crawl space was in my closet. But I came home one time and I could see a butt print on my bed. So I got things to nail down my windows. All my windows nailed down. They were anyway. I got something to go to my doors so that you couldn't turn the doorknob. So he decided he gonna come in through the ceiling. And so the day I had this guy putting the ledges on the crawl space, he was standing at the wall talking about how he was gonna rough me up. And if he didn't rough me up, he gonna pay somebody to rough me up. Now I'm not bothering him. I'm in my place putting ledges on my crawl space. And he talking about roughing me up. And he did have someone to come over. Some guy and the Masons was behind this. They was paying him with dope. Because I would see these men with these nice cars come over. And they would like do a handshake, but I could look at their hand and tell them they were giving him something and he was receiving it. Because they didn't see me standing up in the door. But he and his friends would be up over my head, prowling around. So I would go and worship. That's the only way I could get them from up there, to worship God. And I'll just go and worship and start worshiping the Lord. And it would scare the guys. Not him. Not the dude that stayed beside me, but the other guys. I could hear them say, "Oh no, we not gonna bother her while she didn't worship." It worked every time because I was sincere. I wasn't just doing something. When I worship God, I was sincere, just like I was about to cry just then when I did that. But God was saving me because God put fear in them. They knew to fear God, so they weren't all the way gone like He was, because He didn't care. But they would crawl around my whole entire apartment. Just crawl. I don't know if they were putting stuff up there or what. I don't know. Then the military people that stayed on the other side of me, there's a 2-story house, a great big. The only military people stay there. And see, that's the same. My place, the same place my sister lived for 2 years after her son died. After her son died, my aunt and my cousin got together and brought her to Fayetteville. Now they didn't talk to us. We didn't even know nothing about what was going on. See, when you got money, when my son was murdered, didn't nobody try to do nothing to help me. They went to the funeral, but that's about it. After they buried my son, I didn't hear nothing from nobody. I was in shock for 2 years. I didn't even know I was in shock until I came out of it. When I came out of it, I realized I was in shock. But they didn't pull after me like they pulled after my sister. Because my sister got that money from my son's death. Because he was a captain in the Air Force. And the military gave her money. I didn't get no money. So won't nobody pulling after me. Or calling to check on me. Or anything. And it really... I haven't been right since my son's death. I ain't been right since. But don't nobody seem to care. But they actually moved my sister from Goldsboro to Fayetteville. Didn't discuss it with us at all. And we didn't try to stop it. Didn't nobody say nothing. But by me saying some people, they treat me like, what you say got nothing to do with nothing, because I don't have material stuff. I don't have my own home. I don't have a car. I don't have money. I don't have nothing but me and love. I got plenty of love because I cared enough for my sister to come up and check on her. And I could see she would be drunk. I mean, head first drunk and just come in and just be drunk. And I'm trying to figure out how is she getting this liquor because she don't drive either. She don't have a car. Who taking her to the liquor store? And seeing she's sick. My sister was sick, being sick. She started going through this mental thing real early because it was being done to her. Someone was attacking her from where she was living because this stuff goes through the walls. They don't even have to put it on the ground because the handheld weapons, the stuff on the car, it goes through the walls, through the windows. There's no telling how long they've been attacking her because she just started repeating herself. She'll ask you a question. She might ask you that same question 20 times. And everybody asking me, do she have dementia? Like, I don't know. I'm here just like y'all is. I'm hearing her keep asking me the same question. I can't answer it. I didn't get mad with her. I would just keep answering the same question. I knew something wasn't right. but I didn't know what. I didn't know she was under attack. I was under attack, just not as severe as her, but I was under attack in our hometown of Roland. At the time, I didn't know it, but somebody was attacking me in Roland. While I was in Roland, that was back in the 80s. I started having problems back in the 80s, the late part of 80s. And I was going to the doctors in Dillon, South Carolina. And they won't try to tell the truth either. That's why I said the doctors are part of it. The dentists are part of it. All these people care about is making money. That's how they get in our blood. How you think they get in our blood? Through the doctors. When they taking your blood samples. And they were always taking my blood samples at the clinics that I was going to. But never would tell me the outcome of my blood. They would never tell me if there was something wrong with my blood or anything. They just take blood samples, and I just take because I believe in trusting the doctor, medical people. But they never did tell me anything was wrong with my blood. Even at the hospitals. But I had medical procedures done because I was having a problem with my heart. They were overbeating. It would beat so much till it would wake me out of my sleep. Then I was having a problem with my stomach shaking. It was just shaking. I had a problem going to sleep because of the shaking in my stomach. And they put me to sleep. Going in me, they putting a stent in my arteries. I had 3 clogged arteries, but they only put 1 stent in. But it was all a lie. Because I could feel that thing shaking in my body. It was right about here. I could feel it shaking. And I could put a magnet on top of that spot and it would stop. And it malfunctioned. That's when it was years later after I met this guy. I met this guy online. And I let him come see me. Just after we moved up this way. And he would come see. At the first, he acted really, really nice. And I'm kind of wondering, was it the same person? Because it was totally different the next year. He was just quiet, real quiet. And he never tried nothing. He never tried to ask me for a kiss or nothing. And we spent time together. And I trusted him. Because he didn't try nothing. We just hung out together. Go riding. Watch TV together. He never, not one time. But he got mad with me. And stopped coming to see me. So we were looking at divorce court. And I gave my opinion about what was happening on divorce court. I was on the woman's side because I felt the man was wrong with what he was doing. But he was on the man's side. He didn't care if the man was doing wrong. You know, he just had a problem with the woman. Because he had went through a divorce. So evidently, he wanted a good divorce. You know, and I didn't even think about that. But he said, I'm getting ready to go. And he left. And I didn't see him no more until the next year. And I texted him after I found out I was being gang stalked. And I began to think about things that happened when we would go out to eat. And so did I call him or did I text? I believe I called him. I either called him or texted him and asked him, was he gang stalking me? Which he said no, he wouldn't do that to me. But he was. He did worse, actually. Because he was set every time we would go out. It was a setup. It was a setup. And see what they want these people to do, these honeypots. They want them to get us in bed. Because they want us far away from God as they can get us. So he had called me because he knew I had homemade soap that I wanted to have a business, but I couldn't have a business because I couldn't really get out, go to the flea market because these people attacked me, and everywhere I go, they dead. And he asked could he buy some of my soap. So I told him yeah. So I told him where I stayed at. He came. Now he had hair all on his face. That's why we wanted it was the same man. Because the other man, it could have been, he said he had to grow a beard because he didn't have left lines. That's what he told me. But when I met him, he didn't have hair on his face. And he looked younger. I keep trying to think back. Was it the same person? It may have been. They're making clones now. So it's just hard to know who is human and who not. Just hard to know things. There's a whole lot of stuff going on out here that people just don't realize. And when you try to tell them, they just think you're crazy. They'll prefer to think you're crazy than to realize there's something else going on. And to believe, because when the first time I told a guy that there were flying saucers out there, he told me I was smoking. He said, Miss Regina, because that's what everybody called me, Regina. He said, Miss Regina, I believe you doing that right now. Poor thing. He dead now too. The young men just dying. They found him dead. I don't know. That was strange. I always wonder, did somebody do something to him? But anyway, the guy called me and asked me did I want to hang out. I told him, yeah, I hang out with him. Because he never tried anything. So I trusted. I didn't think he ever would try anything. I won't go into details of what happened. But I made a decision years ago that I would be celibate. After I left the church the first time, I didn't have no plans of going back because I just didn't see what I thought church should be. I just saw a whole lot of bad stuff in the church. You had homosexuals, men going with men, women going with women going with women's husbands, and the preachers, and it just kept it was just a bunch of mess going on, the fighting all in the church, and then the people being mean, thought they could just bully me. And I'm not the type of person like to take crap off of people. And I was taking it, but I got fed up with it. I got fed up with it, with people. I just got fed up with it. And say I wasn't going back to church anymore. But I had a relationship with God. If I hadn't ever had a relationship, I'd have never went back to church. Never. But God kept dealing with me. Even though I got into a sexual relationship with a guy. And then God was showing me about him. God actually showed me stuff about this guy. I had fell in love with this dude. And even after I got back in church, God showed me a pattern that the devil was using him to keep me defiled. And so because he kept trying to make like he was gonna marry me, kept talking about marriage, but that was the way he kept had a hold on me, because I wanted to be married, but he wasn't gonna marry me. That was the game he was playing. So I made a decision. I'm not spending no more time with you, because he played me for about 2 years, but we didn't spend that much time together though. Only a couple of times out of the year. I think they had me under mind control then too. And that's why I wonder, when I see somebody that I'm attracted to, is that my attraction? Is it really me attracted to this person? Or is it them making me attracted? So I have to start back at, doing something to make me back away, you know, not to get involved, because I've been celibate now for some years, but it's only been well, I can see people for who they are, and